So on the round table, we have some good energy. We have Chanel, fucking West Coast, in the building with us. Welcome to the round table.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you pulling up. We needed this. We needed this good vibe because
you needed a girl. What the?
We needed a female in here, and also your story is dope. I've been watching you do your thing for a while.
Thank you.
I've been watching you multitask.
Yes.
You know, you always have fun. Every time I see you, you're smiling, which is important in life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of motherfuckers just walk around with a chip on their shoulder. People just aren't happy to be here.
Mm-hmm. I know. Trust me. And I feel like it's crazy too because that's I think also like a big misconception about me is like I think a lot of people at first when they started like hearing about me rapping, they're like, what's this bitch rapping about? She's so happy, like her life's so great, like what is a girl like that? You know, but that's the thing is people don't understand. Like I've been through a lot and I've always been able to stay happy. Like comedy's like my you know, that's how I deal with things. Like when I'm sad, I'll put on something funny and try to cheer myself up. So, you know, I like to stay positive and stay smiling. Even I'll probably be smiling on a day when I've been through like the craziest, worst shit ever and still be smiling. So
it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, you could dwell on the negative things in life or you could look at the positive things in life. And with this weed, we've been blessed to have this weed. It's easy to clear the mind and get on a good hype.
Yes.
So have you always had this bright of a personality?
I don't know. I don't want to talk. I don't know how to talk about myself like that. I would say yes. Since I was a little girl, like my mom told me, like I always was very bubbly and like I would just go up to strangers. My mom had to be like, no, what are you doing? You know, I'd always just go up to strangers and be like, I like your shirt. My mom said I'd always compliment people's clothing. I don't think I was lying. I think I'd really pick out clothing I like and be like, hey, I fuck with your shirt. Like, so as a kid, I was very outgoing and talkative and since I was little too, my mom noticed I was into music and stuff. So she always encouraged that. And I think because of my bubbly personality, she was like, you know what, let's try to get you into acting or something. So she tried to push me into that when I was little.
So little Chanel had a bright personality from the beginning.
Yes.
Social butterfly.
I was a little bit of a troublemaker too, yeah.
My nickname when I was little was CNN because I would always learn about things. I would see things and I would go tell everyone about it. So when I
you were like the news.
Yeah, I was like the news. Like I'd be like, Mom, did you hear that? She's like, where are you hearing this shit? I'm like, I just learned it. And so I've been a social butterfly too. I like talking with people. That's why I like this. This shit's tight to me. Did you ever, like, growing up, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? You're not supposed to ask a female this, but I'm sorry I fucked up. But
I'm actually proud to say how old I am because I know I look way younger, but I'm 30.
Damn, you young as hell. I'm about to be 36. I'm an OG.
You look young, too.
Thank you. I'm an OG.
I thought you were younger than me or something because, like, I feel like everybody is these days.
Nah. I'm definitely a dinosaur out here. But even at that age, growing up, MTV is like, for me, when I was growing up, I just wanted to either be like Kurt Loder or Simon Rex or I really wanted to be like just a video. I wanted to be on The Real World hella bad.
Yeah.
Like I have to find the tape of it, but I recorded myself. I had long hair like down to here, which no one's ever seen ever because I've either been slick back hair or bald head. But I had long hair down to here, and I remember sending in when I was 18 my video. What do you call it? Like an application to MTV to try to be on The Real World.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Did you ever, like, when you were younger, were you watching MTV? Were you watching TV? Were you like, this is what I want to wiggle into the TV space? Did you know you were
No. Okay, so listen how crazy this is. So, like I said, oh my God, I'm like, I don't want to, get emotional. But I went through a really hard part and a really hard thing in my life. Like my ex-boyfriend was shot and killed when I was like 19.
Wow.
Along with his best friend. And it was very, very hard. And at that time, Robin Big was on TV. And that was one of my favorite shows. Like, I remember I would just get high and watch Robin Big. And I never wanted to be on TV myself. Like, at that time, I was already pursuing my music. I had a MySpace music page, ancient MySpace.
Shout out to MySpace.
Yes, shout out to Tom. So I was already pursuing my music and stuff. And just around that time, I happened to, I don't know if it was like the energy of me loving Robin Big so much, because I was literally like a mega fan of that show. So it was just a very big coincidence that I happened to run into my boys, Drama and Rob, and I met them, and it's a long story, but basically like Rob asked me like, oh, you want to be on the show? And I needed a job at the time, so I was like, all right, fuck it, I need some money, so like let's do it.
Which is a huge look. It's a big ass show.
Yeah,
like,
so it kind of happened by accident, basically. Like I didn't ever wanted to do TV really. I knew I wanted to act later down the line, but like music's always been my passion. So like I wanted to do music first and foremost, and then I just ended up on these shows somehow. So.
And I think I don't think it was really an accident, but for someone like you, I could read like people that have good energy, good soul, good personality. You probably, the world, the universe put that in your hands because you were going through some hard times. It's not easy for anyone to deal with. You were 19, you said?
Yeah, I was 18 or 19. It's like I'm such a stoner. I can't believe I don't remember perfectly. But yeah, I was like 18, 19.
That's traumatic as fuck.
Yeah, it was really hard. The hardest part is like, when like it's different when you see your grandpa or somebody old in a casket, because they're old. So they like it's like more natural. But when you see somebody young in a casket, that shit will like really affect you because it's like they look like they're just sleeping and like.
Yeah, and it was your boyfriend too, it was someone you loved.
Well, he was also the first music producer I ever worked with.
Damn.
So it was like, that was one of the reasons too that I started to go really hard with my music because like he actually went way harder than me at the time. So I almost felt like, damn, this guy dedicated his life to music and he lost his chance. So I was like, I really want to go hard for my boys. And like at the time, my only songs I had, he had produced. So I was going hard, pushing them on MySpace. And like, I kind of felt like his beats were able to like live on through my little MySpace page,
100%. Nah.
Yeah, so that's like what made me really start going hard with my music pretty much.
That's the one thing about music. Like people ask me why I still do it. Like I'm not on the radio. I'm not like a big star. I'm not no Wiz, no Drake, nothing like that.
Sorry about my lip gloss.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just glad to be able to smoke some papers with you.
And I'm sorry, this chair keeps squeaking. I feel like a old lady. Now I feel really old. Like, hey kids, I'm in my
Hey, we've been in here for 3 days straight, and I'm a big guy too. So if I go back, it squeaks really loud. It's just that's why I think when people watch back these episodes, I'm sitting like this. Because I don't want to be the guy like this big ass motherfucker keeps moving around. But going back to it, the tight thing about music to me is I'm not as big as some of these other artists, but I've developed a cool core fan base that really fucks with me. Mm-hmm. And I know that when I go, my legacy, my life will live on through the music. Exactly. That's the coolest part about music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people use music to celebrate life when they're down, while they're just riding and getting high, when they're beefing with their girl, when they're celebrating with their girl, when they're, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just to be a part of people's days is pretty dope. And the fact you were doing it when you're 19 and you're still working on it now is a real passion play. It's dope.
Yep. Yes, I'm not going to stop. It's funny because like people will leave comments too like, "Oh, bitch, you still doing this?" I'm like, I've done this my whole life. Like this is my hobby, is my passion. Like maybe some people who don't have hobbies or passions don't understand that, So it's like even if it wasn't something like I always say, even if I wasn't on TV and it's like if I was some girl in a small town somewhere, I'd probably be singing at the fucking bar there. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would want to do for my job. Like I like music, so it's like. That's what I do.
Do you feel like the TV has been able to help the music, or has it hurt it because you're so involved in shooting and spending all the time recording it and actually, I mean.
It's so crazy. It's like it's like the scales, how it like weighs itself out here and there, but I don't know. It's hard because I would say before I was on TV, I got people really reacting to my music a lot better, it seemed like at first. They'd be like, "Oh wow, this look with this sound, like dope." And then after I was on TV, it was almost like people didn't get that I was a real artist. It was like they would be like almost treating it as if like I decided to rap out of the blue or something. I don't know, it was a very weird resistance I started to get after being on TV. So I noticed that, and I actually started, I was like, damn, I'm going to have to go hard because now people think I'm just this, like, receptionist girl on this TV show, like, who's always making ditzy blonde comments, and I couldn't also be myself fully on the show, too, because it's like I'm playing a receptionist. Like, I can't, like, be thugging out as a receptionist. I got to be, like, a cute, respectful receptionist. That's how a receptionist acts, So I think that having to act a certain way and people only seeing one side of my personality
for sure,
really was a setback for me because you hear my music and you're like, oh, this bitch is faking, and it's like, no, like that's who I really am. I'm both people that you see, but when you don't see it all together, you don't really, it's harder to get it.
Especially with like a real television show, real production, they want it uniform a certain way. And it's like, look, I almost had a show that I was doing on, I'm not going to say the station, but let's just say it's very close to home. And the way they wanted me to be, it didn't work for me because I was so deep into music and so deep into what I'm doing. I was like, damn, this might fuck me. This might fuck me up. They want to be a certain way. So I know what it could be like being told how to be when they're only seeing one side of you. But at the same time, you do like to show up a lot. Like we watch a lot at the house. We watch it. The whole family watches, and been watching for a while. And you bring a certain like personality and swag to the show that's super important for the show. You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that so much.
Yeah, like you got it popping, and I'm just like, damn, like to be multitasking that and to still be doing music and to, seems like just by following Instagram you have fun with your life. That's a blessing, man. Like just to be out there living it, and is it hard to be? Are you in a relationship now?
Damn. I guess, yes.
Is it
I like
hard?
to be private. That's why it's hard. Yeah.
Is it like being known? And for me, it's hard too. You know what I mean? But for you, I'd imagine it's harder because you have such a bigger audience.
And a lot of guy fans.
And
too.
a lot of guy fans, and you're a good-looking girl.
Yeah.
And you have a good personality, and so you never know. People are really in the music if they're trying to just finesse something or if they really want to work. Is that an issue?
Yes, that's an issue.
Fucking dirtbags, huh?
I deal like I'm like paranoid too because it's like I'm like it's harder after you get popping. Everybody wants you when you're popping. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, like I was always like a girl, like a cute girl growing up, but like it was like you see the difference once you're famous on TV. How it's like, oh, every guy's trying to get at you or whatever. And so you start to get a little paranoid, like who wants to really be with you or date you for you, or who wants to just get put on. You know what I'm saying? So that's a struggle, and it's also like the reason, like I'm not like secretive about like being in a relationship or whatever, but I like to be private because it's like, what if I break up with my boyfriend tomorrow? Then it's like, what the fuck? Like I don't, you know what I mean? So it's like I want to keep it private. Some of these people love to post their relationships all over Instagram, like with their boyfriend posing at the beach, and I'm like, what if you break up next week? Then you got to go through and delete all these fucking pictures, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm the same way. Like I'm happily engaged right now with a beautiful girl who's humble,
nice,
who's cool, but I do not post too much with her, and I don't tag her for sure because I don't want social media or the world I found me a good one, like a solid one.
Yeah.
And I've been through crazy relationships, right? And so I'd be like, man, I'm gonna leave this shit out to public. Sometimes if I'm with her and my kid and we're out and about, I'll take a picture, but I'm not like, yo, my girl and because then people try to start hating and doing weird things and actually sabotage your relationship. Like motherfucking public is weird.
Yeah, no, the public hella weird, and you don't want them to like go on her page leaving the hate comments there or anything like that, like,
or taking her pictures and making memes and just weird shit. Like I just don't want to bring that crazy life like into the relationship, because I feel like there's definitely a bunch of miserable people out there that would love to have you as a partner, would love to have me as a partner, that just hate on our partners because they're happy. Oh, they're just using him because, or she's just with her because. Let's go ahead and dead all that. We're,
totally
keep it off.
And it's crazy too because this also brings it back to TV and stuff for me. So just to show you how like TV can affect your music, whatever. Like my boyfriend's in a group, and his group, they like, you look at their page, it's all love. There's no hate. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. And then I'll post him, and all of a sudden he's got like these crazy hate comments on his thing, and it was like, I brought that there. He didn't have that before. So it shows what being on TV brings and how that also can hold back my music at the same time, because it's like he didn't have those hate comments until me, who's on TV, posted him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's also another reason I don't like to too, because then I'm like, I feel bad, like I'm bringing the negativity towards this fucking page when it was doing great before that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
people are just miserable, trying to hate, and jealous, and just internet thugs are bored. Internet thugs need buds and hugs, like guaranteed. Like these motherfuckers, they're at home in the middle of America,
and it's also they're in a lot of places where weed is not legal.
For sure, so they're not high.
So they're miserable.
Yes,
we can just walk down this. We could be in a bad mood, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go walk down the street to the store and get some weed.
Grab some. These guys are smoking K2. Have you ever heard of K2?
No, what is that?
K2 is like this synthetic, like fake weed. And motherfuckers smoke this shit and go crazy. I was in Kansas City. I was in Virginia doing tours. And Cass was like, yeah, man, I'm on probation. I got to smoke this K2. And I'm looking at it like, what the fuck are you smoking? This shit cannot be right for you. It's got to be like.
What does it look like?
It looks like oregano with a weird ass smell.
Okay, no, I wouldn't trust that. That sounds like it's probably oregano with like some chemicals just sprinkled on it, and they're like, "This is K2."
Yeah, K2 is probably like oregano with some WD-40 on it or something like that for sure.
Exactly.
It's some bullshit. It's
well,
some
now
bullshit.
I know to look out for it.
Yeah, don't ever let anyone pass you some K2. We're gonna give you.
Okay.
I didn't know you smoke, but I'm glad you smoke. I'm glad you even hit the weed with me. But I'm gonna give you some good shit before you leave today.
That's how I stay laughing, stay positive. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing I wanted to ask was like. You got to trademark the laugh. The laugh is legendary.
Oh my God. I don't know why. I'm about to this week. We just have to, in the studio record like the natural laughs.
Yes.
Not when I try to fake it, it doesn't come out the same. So like I told my producer, I said, can you just capture me doing my natural laugh next time I'm in the booth, and then let's make that shit a ringtone, you know? And
you seen Cardi B trademarked her. I can't even say or act like I know how to say that word.
Oh, what the I don't do a good.
I'm not even doing it because I'm then people. Yeah. Yeah, she trademarked that shit.
Oh shit! Okay, Michael gets sued for doing it now.
Nah, you good. But if someone else tried to do it like in a commercial or something like that, like she about to get some residuals off that. So I'm like, the laugh, legendary. Trademark the laugh.
Okay,
definitely have some fun with it. Ringtone would be Mafia. That could be it. I wonder if they're ever gonna do sound emojis. If they do a sound emoji, that'd be a good one too. You know what I mean? Like if
Thinking
emoji.
ahead.
Yes, if emoji. It's the weed. But if they do emoji that got a sound with it, that'd be Mafia.
Yo, that's really smart. Actually, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Have you used like the platform with the music and the TV to branch out and start any other businesses or?
Well, definitely. Like I'm doing my own clothing line now. So, but I've been waiting. Like I wanted to take off with my music first because obviously when you're a bigger artist, it's much easier to push clothing and merchandise. So, so now I'm working on my clothing line. But acting, I've done voiceovers for cartoons.
Was that trippy?
Doing voiceovers for cartoons?
Yeah.
I love it. It's so tight because it's like you're filming something and acting, but you can come in looking like shit. There's no hair and makeup. Like I literally come in my pajamas. Like it's so easy. It's fun as fuck. The only thing is it can get hard sometimes. Like there's a lot of sound effects you got to do like with voices and stuff. And like by the time I leave, I'm like, oh shit, my throat's hurting.
I need some honey, some throat coat.
Yeah. But it's really fun though. Like I get why a lot of actors, take full-time jobs doing cartoon TV shows and shit.
Are those cartoons already out or not?
It was a Nickelodeon show. One of them's it's not on anymore.
Okay.
But yeah.
I was gonna get high tonight and watch it and just try to picture, what you were doing when you were recording it.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Like, I like doing that. I would do more, but I can do like kid voices good, like like little kid voices. I don't want to do it right now.
Man, hit the weed 3 more times. You're gonna be down to do it for sure.
No, it was funny. I was in this audition and there was an old lady and I was kind of raspy that day, which I already knew. And the lady goes, why don't you, this might sound weird, but why don't you try the old lady character? I was like, I knew I was extra raspy today. And then I tried, it was like an old Southern lady. Maybe I will do it after I take a couple.
Hey, come on, please, come on. We've been waiting for we were waiting for a good vibe in here. We've had great conversations this week, but it's all been like business, serious, mafia, round table like equals mafia.
Yeah, exactly.
So we wanted a good vibe. When I seen you were coming, I'm like, okay, yes. Hopefully she hits the weed.
No, for
brings
sure.
a good smile.
I got it. Okay, let me take a break, hit it. I have a tendency to talk too much, which my friends also get mad at me when I'm smoking. They're like, bitch, hit the shit, stop talking.
Well, I'm going to give you abundance of weed, so that's not a problem. You can be like, girl, shut up and roll your own. Burn, bless me with the cookie bag.
I have so much weed right now. I've just been like, I just shot 2 music videos. Each were, we had different, weed companies at each one. So it was like, care package here, care package here. Then I was at a weed event that like the week before that. It's like, I've just been collecting fucking weed. It's crazy.
That's the best thing about being like famous and going, like people still think because I got a big weed company that they bring me crazy gifts and they always ask like, are you really smoking it? I'm not. This one, did you already drink out of yours or not? Just take that one to be safe.
Okay.
But people gift me hella weed, and I love it. I go through all of it. I give it to my friends.
Exactly.
It's just like a blessing. Even
Yo,
though
I think my friends know that they're gonna come over and get some at this point because they never have weed on them.
For sure, they're not gonna need it anymore. You're gonna every time you go to a High Times Cup or you go, if like you said you do a video shoot and someone's sponsoring it, they're gonna bring the most.
Yes.
What do you think about the weed? Like, how long you been smoking for?
Since I feel bad. I don't want to be bad influence to children, but
it's a round
since I
table.
was like 12.
Damn, you've been smoking longer than me.
Yeah, no, I'm from LA. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from the Valley. It's like everybody in the Valley smokes weed.
Yeah.
I was smoking as a cheerleader. I was always I was a weird kid. Like, I was good, but like I guess the bad side of me was like the little stoner.
Chanel got a little thug in there for sure.
Yeah, definitely got a little thug in me.
You got a little thug in you. You're from LA. You definitely got a little thug in you.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way. Like, I was full when I was a teenager. I was Bad Baby and Woah Vicky. Like, I was those girls. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But like, I grew up and I also got jobs, good jobs. It started with a fake resume, which I can admit now. But
I did that too.
yeah, I started with a fake resume. My mom kind of helped me with it, and then I started working office jobs, and I think that's where I really went from being like kind of little ratchet Chanel to being a classier, more mature version of myself. Because when you're working, you know, at companies and stuff, you gotta, you know, be professional and
You gotta be on point.
Gotta talk properly, and so having normal jobs, that's where I started to like really mature and stop being my little ratchet self. Also, I got sick of like getting arrested and stuff like that. Like,
damn, you been in cuffs?
Too many times. It's terrible. I'm like, yo, the cops are attracted to me. Like, I don't know what it is.
Well, they're probably really attracted to you first. That's probably the first thing. So they probably want to get close to you, and then you might have been wilding out.
I was also hanging out with a bunch of little fucking, you know, badass kids always. So.
Have you ever had to put hands on somebody since you've been famous?
No.
Good.
I'm trying to think. No.
I could picture you whooping somebody's ass too.
Oh, yeah. No. I can fight, but it's like you can't do that. Like, I'll get road rage sometimes. This is the perfect example. Get road rage, and I'll fucking go to, like, pull up next to them and cuss them out almost. And I've had a couple people like, Chanel West Coast? What's up? And I was like, oh, shit, I can't even get mad at you. And I'm like, what's up? Like, you need to learn how to drive. Peace.
What it do? What it do? Yep. Yeah, some people could be hella aggressive. Like, I mean, as like an artist, even me, and I only have all male fans. Like, it'd be... You know, no disrespect to the wife, but it'd be cool if girls were coming up to me, you know. But the guys, man, some of these guys, like, fans could be really aggressive, dude. It's crazy. They run up all crazy. They come in the bathroom when you're going to go.
They want to be your homie. You know what I mean? They're trying to be the homie.
They want to show love, but it's just sometimes it gets really awkward. It's scary. So I can only imagine it was like for a female, it's probably a lot tougher.
It is. No, there's a lot of creeps. I've noticed even like walking my dog. That's why I gotta move. I live in Hollywood.
It's rough living in Hollywood, dude. It's just too active.
It's crazy. Well, I started at first. This guy was just like walking his dog, so I'm like, okay, he's walking his dog. Like, I don't think anything of it. Then I started to notice him always walking when I walk my dog in the morning, but then sometimes not with the dog. I'm like, so what are you doing? Just walking up and down the street? Then
sus.
Then he started like trying to talk us, like, and then it's like then I somehow get pushed into following people. I'm like, oh my god, how did I get stuck here? Because it's like I'm a nice person. I don't want to like be like I don't want to fucking pepper spray people. Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? So it's like I get stuck in that situation so much. It's hard.
So my girl was walking our dog, and this guy tried to be all smooth, little OG cat, like, oh, we should have our dogs have a play date, and she went and did it. And then he was like, let me get your phone number so we could follow up and do more. I'm like, and I told her, I'm like, babe, I don't care how old that man is, he's trying to get at you. Give me your phone. And I just started playing mind games with him. I'm texting him from her phone. I'm like, yo, yeah, for sure. Hey, you know what? I'm going to meet you down there at this time. And I just pulled up myself with the dog. Like, what up, bro? What's popping? Yeah, you want to have a play date with the dog? And the dude just seemed so sad. His whole agenda was just ruined. He was fucking hot. And so... You know.
I've had people do that too. Like, guys always try, oh, you know, like, oh, the dogs, oh, look, they like each other. I was like, I don't care. Like, thank you. Okay, cool. My dog likes a lot of dogs.
Yeah, it's a dog. It wants to play with people because we can't communicate properly. But, you know, just because my dog's vibing with your dog doesn't mean you're going to give my fucking phone number.
Exactly. Like, people are crazy.
Is it true you signed or worked with Lil Wayne, Young Money?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole nother long story. Yeah, I love Wayne. Definitely fuck with Wayne heavy. Like, It's a long story, but basically, I was supposed to be Young Money, and I've been a little bit more open about it recently because, like, I used to not want to, like, I don't like talking bad about people or ever trying to make it look like I'm, like, using that to, but, like, basically, I used to have the same management as Wayne and Nikki, and let's just say, you know, Nikki was one of the conflicts of interest, I guess, that led to them not being able to manage me. So, yeah, so after that...
She low-key a hater, or?
Well, apparently, because, I mean, after Cardi B came out talking about it, I was like, all right. So people were telling me some real shit. You know what I mean? Like, because I had kind of known, because it's a long fucking story. But let's just say I was very much Young Money, affiliated with Young Money. And I was, like, waiting for, you know, my deal to get done. And I was about to get into new contracts with my new management, which was Blueprint, who manages Nikki and Wayne. Some people were like, oh, you know, we have a conflict of interest. We can't manage you anymore. I'm like, all right, well, y'all been... very interested for the past few months. What changed, you know? So I heard from people, because it's like, it's a very small world, and just from working with other people who work with Young Money, like, some people basically told me, like, yeah, like, I heard Nikki doesn't like you, and da-da-da, she's not fucking with you, and even, like, hair and makeup people, and, like, people who work with her, too, like, stop fucking with me. So, like, it's, like, I'm observant. I smoke weed. Like, I'll sit there high, like, thinking about shit, you know? And I'm like, hold up. This person stopped fucking with me, stop, like, replying to my text, and now they're doing her hair and makeup. It's a little coincidental. Like, you know?
I'll be willing to bet my left nut that Nikki doesn't smoke weed.
No, I don't think she does.
She doesn't smoke weed. She's too... Like, I just launched this paper company right here, Vibes Papers, and the owner is acting like a straight biatch of Raw. He's so jealous and so angry with me, and I'm convinced that he doesn't even really smoke weed on a regular basis. It's like, how could you be offended or worried, or how could you even care about another person entering a business that you're, like, on top of?
Exactly.
Like, Raw Papers, you were the boss. You're $1 billion man. What you worried about little old me for? Let me just do what I do. And so Nikki, I think, she just has a problem with any female entering the space. And it's just me observing. I might be high, I could just be talking out my ass. But I think that she's just, one, not high. She's not smoking bud. So she's probably got a little chip on her shoulder. But she feels threatened by any female that can come in and make some kind of splash or, you know, create a wave on their own, which is whack. We need more females in the game. Stop hating, Nikki. Come on, Nikki.
Totally. I'm like, yo, like, look at all the guys, how guys collab with each other. They support each other. Like, I'll see, like, guys posting about their other homie. Like, yo, like, you know, like, their album just dropped and, like, the guys are posting about each other and shit, supporting. But you don't really see that the same with women. I think it's getting better now because girls are starting to realize, hold up, we got to come together if we want to be more of a force in this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I think that was a situation. So I'm still cool with Wayne and I still fuck with him, but not Young Money. I'm independent as fuck now.
So do you go through Empire? Who do you go through to distribute the music?
I'm independent, 100%. Fully funded by me.
Nice.
And I come up with all my own shit, unlike a lot of these artists. Like, all my visuals, everything. Like, my music videos, all me. Everything. I come up with fucking everything. For real.
That's so, because that's what you've been doing since you've been young. That's your favorite shit to do.
Yes.
Is there any chances you're going to, like, spin off into your own show and just, like, have you done your own show yet?
I would like to, like, do, like, maybe a docu-series. Like, when I was on tour and we filmed so much funny ass shit, you know what I mean? Like, just so much funny things happen on tour, you know? Like,
oh, I know.
There was a situation where, like, the back of, because we didn't have I didn't have enough money for, it was like a small tour. I wasn't getting paid enough at these shows, like, to do, like, the full tour bus. So we had, like, a Sprinter van with a trailer attached. This fucking dumb ass driver, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, bro, you were kind of dumb, left the thing unlocked in the middle of New York City in blizzard weather, and we lost a bunch of suitcases. And this is the funniest part, because my dad's from New York, so I grew up going there a lot. Like, I'm very familiar with how New York is, and everybody else on the crew isn't. So everybody goes, yo, everybody's honking at us. And I said, yo, shut the fuck up. I'm in the front seat rolling a blunt on the way to an interview. And I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. We're in New York. I was like, people honk nonstop here. They honk nonstop here. And they're like, are you sure? It seems like everybody's honking at us. Finally, some dude were pulled at a stoplight. He catches my attention. He's like, yo, the back. And, like, we were filming while it, like, happened. And, like, And then just like little things like that, like all kinds of funny shit happens on tour. And so I was like, it'd be really fun to go on tour again and then have like a docu series about that, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I document everything on tour. There's the most amazing things happen. And then, trust
you said
me.
that like you have some crazy stories.
Man, your boy got shit. I got stories. Because I'm a ratchet rapper. I've been in the rap scene, and when you take 13 guys or 12 or even 9, if you conservative and put them on one bus,
Yeah.
the amount of fucking tension, everyone's agenda at the end of every show is different. Me, I'm old school. I just want the mafia of after show food and a little peace and quiet. But all the people on the bus are like, let's get the girls, let's get it cracking. And so I've seen some crazy shit happen. But definitely tour behind the scenes is always good. Always good.
The best. There's also a lot that probably has to be edited out.
Oh, dude, I wouldn't even ever show my shit. I would tell you stories when this camera is off, because there's been some crazy ass shit. I'll tell one story, because my boy, he's okay with me telling it now, but I won't even say his name. I went on a tour, the Bay Area All-Star Tour. And I don't know if you know about the Bay, but the Bay is grimy. The Bay's thugged out. And we had a tour, and the bus was rented on a slider, which is a stolen credit card. And all the gas we were getting was from a slider, a stolen credit card. And we're riding during the summertime, and the bus, like, the straight AC goes out. We're in Fresno, California. This motherfucking bus was probably like 104 degrees. Everyone was sweating and stressing. And we do the show, and all of a sudden, he's like, all right, boys, load up, load up. This promoter was crazy. Load up, load up. And I'm like, what's up, what's up? He's like, nothing, nothing. I heard someone say, this boy took the door money. He left a couple ones on top of the box and pulled all the money from the venue. I'm like, what? And so all of a sudden he's like, yo, man, there's a bunch of dudes coming to the bus. He's like, Mister, grab the pistol. And he had this dude with him that was just down for whatever.
Yeah.
And grabbed the gun. We had to bounce. And we're like, dude, we're hiding out at this hotel in Fresno. I'm like, yo, we got a janky-ass bus. And everyone in the city is going to eventually speak about where we're at. We're probably going to get killed. We end up going to Bakersfield. He falls asleep in a Denny's and gets woken up by the police. He falls asleep in a Denny's. Someone pulled his chain. He said something like, what up? And they maced his ass and took him to jail. And so the tour fell apart. And that was the end of the Bay Area All-Star Tour. I was with some reputable Bay Area artists. I won't put them on blast. But it was just funny, the janky kind of shit that was going on that tour. Have you ever seen janky promoters? This was like times 20.
Oh my God, janky. It's the worst when you get janky promoters.
Man, this shit was janky times 20 for sure. for sure. Who's artists you want to work with? Who have you not worked with yet on the music hype?
I mean, there's so many people. Really, somebody who it's so funny too, because it's like obviously the Young Money connection. Drake. I say this all the time. I really want to work with Drake. I just feel like we're kind of similar. Like I do, like I rap, but I also do like melodic stuff and like sing too. And I don't know. I just really want to work with Drake. And it's so funny. I met him one time and I told him, he goes, oh, you're like the girl from the show. I was like, yeah, that's me. I said, I was Young Money too, right? He looked like his mind was fucking blown. I was like, yeah, bro. Like, I was like, I got songs with French Montana. Da-da-da. He's like, what? Like, he looked so confused, and it was like in a club. It was loud. So, like, I didn't, like, make the full connection, but I really, really want to do a song with Drake.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Good choice. I probably want to do something with, I want to work with Nas. I really want to do something with Damian Marley.
That would be sick. I mean, you have
Damian's cool. He's hella cool. And who else? I'm trying to think who I want to fuck with. I actually got a chance to work with DJ Quick, who is, shout out to Steve LaBelle. Steve LaBelle put that together. That was like my bucket list. I worked with so many people. I got 33 albums out. Way too many.
That's a lot.
Stay grinding. I'm actually about to go to the studio after this tonight and work on a new album. But I had to tell myself, like, there's certain people I have to work with before I go, before it's a rap, and DJ Quick was one of them, so I got him.
Yo, I love DJ Quick.
He's sick.
I love all the West Coast music. Like, it's funny, though, because I grew up listening to a lot of, like, DJ Quick, like Sugar Free.
Sugar Free's the best.
I love Sugar Free.
He's the best.
But I also grew up listening to a lot of East Coast shit, too. Like, when I was in high school, it was, like, a lot of, like, like Diplomats, like Mobb Deep, 50 Cent. So I'm very like super West Coast or super East Coast when it comes to my taste.
But you gotta have both. Like, I always want to rap like East Coast rappers on West Coast beats. Like, East Coast rappers have bars and their own style, and just if you listen to my shit ever, it's kind of a combination of both. It's like some kind of East Coast beat with West Coast flow on it.
Exactly.
Or, you know, I fuck with it. I have fun with it. How did you get your name, Chanel West Coast? That's a powerful ass name.
Oh my God, it's so fucking funny. Like, it has to do with MySpace again.
MySpace really birthed us.
It really birthed me. So basically, I was trying to make a page, you know, you make your little URL. So it's like your thing, like for like, you know, like, oh, this is my URL. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, people would actually say that. Like, oh, what's your URL?
Yeah, for sure. URL,
so
top 8.
You want to make it kind of like your like screen name almost. You know what I'm saying? So I was like I was like trying to make it Chanel this, Chanel that. Because I was just going straight up by like because Chanel's my middle name. So I was like, I want to be just one name, Chanel. And so every Chanel you could think of was like taking every number. I was like, God damn, there's that many like Chanels or whatever. So I was like just sitting there high thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I'm a West Coast rapper. All right, I'm just making Chanel West Coast. And then people started calling me. They'd be like, hey, what up, West Coast? Like, and I was like, yo, like, that's not my name. Like, what are you doing? And Rob Dyrdek was one of those people. And a couple artists I had worked with at the time or producers. And, like, I was like, okay, I guess this is my name now. And it happened. And so then when I got on Fantasy Factory and they asked me what I wanted to be listed as, I was like, I'm going to just go hard with it. Fuck it. I was like, Chanel West Coast.
Chanel West Coast. It sticks. It's powerful. Yeah. The name is, like, bossy.
Thank you.
Like, you're like, yo, Chanel West Coast just pulled up. It's like when you say that, it's like, damn, like I was sitting there on my phone, I was dealing with some drama back home, and like, yo, Chanel West Coast just pulled. I'm like, oh shit, all right, let me tuck my shirt in, I got my pre-rolls ready. Like, it's a powerful name. This shit sounds mafia. Like,
thank you, I appreciate it.
It definitely sounds mafia as hell, for sure.
Thanks.
You got a name for your clothing brand yet?
Yes, we're calling it LOL Cartel.
Damn. That's gonna work.
Well, you're gonna see. So I have to give a big shout out to Redman on that.
Shout out to Redman. That's my boy. Redman is my boy.
Okay, so I don't want to give away the whole video, but basically I have a song coming out on 420 called Sharon Stoned. And I don't want to give away the whole video and everything.
I like Sharon Stone.
But
that's tight.
Redman made a cameo in the video, and so did Michael Rappaport. And there's just like a little. I don't want to give it all away, but it's a funny part. And so like Michael Rappaport says something like we want to know who you with, who you working with. Redman's like, oh, I heard she was with I heard back in the day she was with the LOL Cartel.
That's hard as fuck. Damn.
And everybody who's seen it since then, even my mom now, I was arguing with my mom and she goes, okay, whatever you say, LOL Cartel.
Here's the thing about LOL, like on some real shit. The most gangster motherfuckers I know, the biggest businessmen I know, my kids.
Thank you.
Everybody uses the LOL. Like, I'll be texting with people, and I'm like, yo, this is a real gangster. Like, a real gangster. I was going to hit him with the LOL, and I stopped, and then they'll hit me and put LOL. Like, damn, this shit is crazy. LOL really popped.
Thank you.
I fuck with LOL Cartel. And I could only imagine.
Right? It's like cute and gangsta at the same time.
Cute.
Like,
it's almost like your name, Chanel West Coast. It's powerful. LOL Cartel.
Thank you.
And you got a good platform. Like, one of the things I learned from being a rapper and having the brand Cookies and whatnot, it's a good platform for you to expand your wings and do other things. Like, you know, shit, we got to get it. We ain't going to be able to be working our whole life and shit like that.
Yo, I think while we have social media platforms, do whatever the fuck you can.
Instagram made me.
Push.
Instagram made me. I'm going to say it right now. IG, I love y'all. I owe you a check. Even though you deleted a lot of my weed pictures and you've deleted my account 3 times.
Oh, my God.
You made me.
That's why I don't want to, like, for, like, posts, you know, paid posts and stuff like that. I'm like, I got to have a limit of how hard I can go because I have so many fucking haters. Anytime I post something remotely, I've had like a couple in the past. I had this it was the cutest picture, smoking a bong. They fucking got that shit deleted. And I'm like, I don't want my page to get deleted. I will die if my page gets deleted.
When my page got deleted,
I heard it's a struggle to get it back.
I felt the same way I felt when the feds pulled me off the plane back in the days in California. They pulled me off the plane. They asked me a bunch of questions. I wake up like this, just like, what's going on? What's going to happen? Like, The fact Instagram, you got me by the balls, but it's a terrible feeling to be deleted, and it happened to me 3 times.
3 times?
Yes, and I just...
How long does it take you to get it back each time?
Fuck, the first time it took like, I think it took like a month. The second time it took like 2 months, and the third time I just gave up, and it just magically popped back up. And I thank the game gods. I'm glad I'm from the Bay Area. A lot of fans of mine work there, and I think they helped push the issue. Like, yo, this is Bern. He's from the Bay. He's a father. If you look at my page, it's 90% family and travel, and then, you know, businesses. But I don't put hella weed on there no more. I made my own app just to post weed on. I spent
really?
$250,000. It's called Social Club. It's actually in a beta version now. I'll text it to you before you leave.
Dope.
But it's just so I could showcase my weed, my new menu, all the new shit we have, so no one's going to report or delete my shit because some bitch-ass haters is worried about what we got going on. It sucks.
It's a shame. Haters are really trying to bring everybody down in this world. Doesn't it seem like that? Like, I feel like they try to, like, everybody, you know? It's like, it's so crazy because, like, before social media, you didn't have to think about it as much.
In 1942 or 1950... someone that had beef with someone way over here wasn't going to just talk shit on the internet and ruin or affect someone's day. You had to really get on a fucking boat and get on a cutty-ass mule or a horse and get to that motherfucker and do something. 99% of the time, they're not about that anyways. So the internet provides a whole nother way for people to talk shit and just create stress for no reason because you know they ain't going to do shit anyways. Crazy.
I feel bad for these people, to be honest.
I feel bad for them, too. For our young people out there listening, too, put the cups down. It's not worth it. Lean is the new heroin. I've been a bad boy. I partied. I experimented with a lot of drugs, but life is much greater later, so be here, stick around, because the young kids out there is crazy. I don't know why I just said that. Maybe I'm high, but...
It's all good. No, put the lean down and the pills.
Yeah, the pills are poisonous as hell. You're gonna have a lot of problems fucking with pills, from your liver to you might not be able to have fun with your wife, and you might not be able to. You guys just might die.
Or you're not gonna remember half your life.
Yeah.
I know people who do Xanax and they don't remember anything. I'm like, do you not want to like be able to talk about your life when you were younger? Some of these rappers they're on Xanax 24/7. They're not even gonna remember this whole entire era of them having any success because fucking they're so Xannied out. Like,
or they won't have the chance to actually experience the success.
Oh yeah,
the right
or they're
way.
Gonna overdose and die.
You're gonna overdose or die, or you're just gonna be so fucked up on couch potato mode that you're not gonna be able to travel the world, see the world, take your mom places. You know, take your little cousins or your family or your homies who've been rocking with you places. Don't miss out on the world. You know, when's the next album coming?
In July. I'm trying to drop it by July 4th, and I want to have like a release party on 4th of July, which I thought would be sick. It's gonna go kind of with the theme of my album. You'll see. I don't want to give it away yet.
No, I'm not. You gave me gems already. I'm not gonna ask for the album.
I'm like, well, I have to. I won't get fully into it, but let's just say, like, from, like, posting on my social media, like, on my story, not just on my story. I don't really post on my timeline, like, a lot, videos and stuff. I keep it mostly pictures, but on my story, I'm always posting, and I post in the studio, like, oh, like, check out this new song I just did today, da-da-da, and I've actually been in situations in the past years ago where there's been other artists in the studio with me while making a song, and then they come out with a song with the same fucking title, and I'm like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Because you were at the studio when I made this song, and they try to drop it before me, too. Like, fucking weird shit. So I'm just like, I don't want to give away anything because I think it's like, nobody's going to think anybody's stealing anything from me.
Yeah, they're going to just,
like, You know, so that's why they do it. Because it's like...
They think it's an easy lick. They think
exactly.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. In the Bay Area, we call that a biter. That's a straight biter. A bitch-ass biter. They're just biting game.
Yeah, I would advise you too, though. It's like everybody, like all artists, I'd tell them, like, yo, don't even post that shit till it drops. Like, I'm not saying, like, everybody be Beyonce and just release a whole fucking album unexpectedly all the time or something like that. But I think it's just cool to just keep it more, everything you're working on a secret right up until it's about to drop, you know?
Do you ever hit the vape pen when you're filming your show? Like, do you stay loaded while you're doing it? Or is it just, like, you're respectful, you just maybe come... like from the house high, like, are you able to get loaded while you're filming?
Well, so okay, like season 1 and 2 of Ridiculousness, because like I've always been a stoner. Like I'm the type that would like, unless I'm going to the gym, then I won't smoke first. But if it's not a gym day, I'll probably wake up and take a bong hit or smoke a blunt or something, you know? So back season 1 and 2, I was a lot younger then. I was still like heavy, like every morning, like let me smoke when I get up. So I was high through all of season 1 and 2. That's why my eyes, if you go back and watch season 1 and 2,
I've seen it.
You don't see them.
I'm like, she's high.
They're little puffy, like and so I realized though I look more attractive when my eyes are fucking open.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I just need to be professional and like, you know, I still laugh at everything. Like shit is still funny, but there's probably like a couple things that like I would laugh at before when I was high that weren't as funny to a sober person, you know?
No, I had a bet with my boy. I told my boy you're coming on. He's like, bro, ask her if she be blazed during the shows. I swear to God, I feel the same way. I've seen a few times that you just look like you was definitely feeling good. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Well, so they made a meme about me too. I can't stand this shit. It pisses me off. Where they said I'm Minkus, the boy from Boy Meets World. Have you seen this shit?
Oh, no. Oh, I've seen
it. It is so fucking embarrassing. I fucking... And there's people... So they said that... Okay, you know who Minkus is from Boy Meets World? Okay.
I used to love Boy Meets World.
I literally did look like him as a kid. I'm not going to lie. Like, if you compare our kid pictures, he could have been my brother. But there's this meme that went viral, and, like, little kids will even be like, are you transgender? And I'm like, no, I'm a girl. Like, that's a fake meme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't... You know what I mean? I'm not somebody to look up to or like to give you advice, like, you know. So it's a sad thing too, because it's like there's kids who actually believe it. But the meme was made off of, I remember it like yesterday. I went to film after being in the studio till like 5 a.m, smoking hella fucking blunts. I was hungover, and I looked like shit that day. And the meme in the picture, I literally look like I'm making a face. It doesn't even look like me. It looks like my face was like molded into like this different fucking face, and that shit went viral. So after that, I was like, no more fucking coming to ridiculousness, hungover, high. I need to look good before we have more viral, ugly moments.
That's why I'm scared to go to the beach. If I go to the beach, they're gonna play me if I go to the beach. I know they will. I'm like... You know, I can't do it.
He said I'm scared to go to the beach.
I'm scared to go to the beach. I'm a big dude. I've been able to lie on. I'll keep it real because I'm really good. I'm really high right now. I'm in a good place, but I've manipulated photos and made myself look buff and album covers. And you know, some of these young female fans, the 4% that I have, they still think I'm like a stud. So I don't want to go on the beach and have a picture.
Wait, you said 5% before. Now it's 4%. How did we lose 1% since the beginning of this?
I probably lost 1% somehow along the way, but. I've been scared to go to the beach. Memes suck sometimes, but they're great.
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean, we definitely got to collab on some stuff, on
some
music.
No, let's collab too. Like, we got to get that.
I stay working. Your boy Bern's going to keep dropping albums. We got to get in the studio.
For sure.
I want to get you with some of my producers too. I got great producers. Shout out to my boy Cosmo. Tracks from the Rich. They got super, super, super slap. And we're going to get you off of blunts. I'm gonna give you some cones for you.
Let me take one more hit of that.
Please, actually. I love that you're smoking with me. No one smoked with me.
Well, these are your papers.
These are my papers.
Okay,
yes.
All right. So listen, I'm not trying to even do a fake ad here, okay? But I don't smoke joints because they hurt my throat like a lot, and this actually doesn't hurt my throat. So that says something.
Thank you.
It says something about the papers because I'm not like I used to smoke like raws a lot too, you know, and I think. They're good because they're natural and all that, but something about smoking a lot starts to hurt my throat.
They're mass produced, and there's no more love behind, you know, the actual. I'm hating. I'm not.
Well, now you gotta hook me up for life. Raw's never sending me papers again.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna send you papers for life. But here's the thing that's cool about me. We're in California, right? Weed's legal. I happen to own one of the best weed stores in the city. When you get a package of Vibes papers from Bern, it comes with a bag, not a Frisbee. That's all I gotta say. You know, look, our dog may play with the Frisbee. Then you might want a Raw lanyard. But fuck all that. It's California. We on the West Coast. I'm gonna bless you with
West Coast.
Yes, I'm gonna bless you with papers and bag to smoke with the papers. So
okay, dope.
I got you.
I'm glad you got me.
I got you. And for the clothing, when you get ready to launch, you're close with Rob, who's been hella successful. But if you need any advice from me, I've been doing Cookies clothing for almost 10 years now, and we got it popping. So any kind of game you need from us, we got you too.
Yeah, we should collab. We could do like a collab.
Come on. The Round Table is really a secret way to network and do business with people I want to do business with. No one really knows that, but everyone that's came on the Round Table, we've got some kind of little collab in the works, so we're definitely going to work for sure.
That's dope.
Right on. Well, I appreciate you coming through today. I appreciate you getting high with me, too.
I appreciate you convincing me to smoke because I thought I was high before I got here, but now I'm like, okay, now I'm actually high.
Now you're going to
This
go.
is
like,
laughing weed.
It's good laughing weed. It's a good, like.
And I already laugh a lot, so it's like, oh shit, you about to have me annoying people.
Nah, I'm going to give you some shit tonight that you're going to be able to enjoy with your man. You guys are going to smoke it. You guys are going to have a good time. You're going to order the most mafia dinner ever. Because you're not going to want to go to a restaurant.
No, I might. Now I was by Boa, and I was like, okay, I think I might get Boa.
Damn, Boa, huh?
Yep, that sounds bomb.
Yeah, that's that. I might have to go to Boa. I'm gonna go to Boa tonight. Fuck it. It's right here, right?
Yeah, it's like right down the street.
Yep, steak and potatoes.
Let's get it.
With a little salad coming my way. Chanel West Coast. Shoot us your Instagram for anyone that's lost in life and doesn't know who you are.
Chanel West Coast is my URL for everything. Yeah, Instagram, Chanel West Coast, YouTube, Chanel West Coast, Twitter, Chanel West Coast. My music's everywhere, every platform. Get it. Listen
New
to
clothing
it.
coming, new album
Check
coming.
it out.
She's a boss.
Got a lot
Put some respect on this girl's
year.
name. This is the homie right here. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
If you like what you're hearing, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel.